make a list. You're going to contact them, say hello. Got it? All right. You got 3 days to do it. Get back to me in 3 days and let me know how you did. I give that to her. It's pretty heavy, right? I mean, that's brand new person just signed up. Even though I just said, say hello, don't do a presentation, it's 100. You know, it's 33 a day. It's a bunch. But it's an 8. She said she wanted to get there in a month. So let's say, and I know this isn't true for you, Mandy, I know you would do it, but let's say I don't hear from Mandy. Or I call her at the end of the day tomorrow and say, how's it going? She said, well, stuff got in the way. What do you mean stuff got in the way? Did you make your list? No, I've got like 20 on the list. Well, what about the rest? I thought we wanted to get there. Yeah, but stuff happened. What does that tell me? We got challenges on coachability. She might not be hungry, right? Or maybe, some people get really frustrated with people like Mandy that said they were going to do one thing and does another. And so, I heard another one. They told me I could retire off of them, Bunch of liars. Maybe Mandy was trying to speak into existence her goals and dreams, and she was accepting a big challenge because she wanted to break out of her current circumstances, but when she got alone by herself, it was a little scary. And the other stuff showed up, and she was almost grateful for the distraction because she was already a little bit too scared. Happens a lot. So I call her up, and she didn't do the 8. Instead of getting mad at Mandy, we recalibrate, and I bring it down. Let's say I bring it down to a 6, and I give her a 6 assignment. If she still doesn't do that, I bring it down to a 4 assignment. If she still doesn't do that, I bring it down to a 2. Maybe I bring it down to a 1. Mandy, all I want you to do is use this product for the next 7 days, once a day, and after 7 days of just using it yourself, I want to talk to you and see how you feel. Will you agree to that? Yes. Then she does it. And as soon as she does it, then I'm going to just give her a 2. And then as soon as she does that, then I'm going to give her a 3. And I got to find what her fear level is. And everybody has a different one. So she might tell me that she wants to be independent in 30 days, but it might end up being 9 months. So I find out what her fear level is, and then I raise the temperature from wherever I find it. I'll give you an example when I really know I have someone, and you've all done this. Anybody ever go fishing? Anybody go fishing? You put some bait on the hook and you put it in there and you go fishing. And you're like, oh wait, did I get one? Oh wait, did I get one? You pull it up, and then the fish have just stolen your bait, right? The little ones, tick, 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 tick. You're not quite sure. And then have you ever gotten one, a big one? It's like, there is no doubt I got one, right? So here's when I know I have one. Here's when the top leaders in the world know they have one. The person says they're willing, coachable, and hungry. They ask them, how long do you want it to take until you're independent? They say whatever number that they say, and then they give them a 4. Here's the 4. 1 hour later, person calls back, says it's done. What's next? Oh, I got one. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Really? And then you're like, oh, don't tease me. You give them a 5. And they call back an hour later. It's done. Oh, we're gonna run. This is gonna be amazing. Because then I can give them a 6. Boom, it's done. When I met Danian for the first time, even though, I'm a coach, mentor, friend, I'm not an upline, I knew I had one because he did it. If I gave him something to do, hey, I want you to try this, It was implemented in 24 hours, system-wide. I'm just like, I'm going to help him as much as I can help him. Versus people like arguing with you. You ever have team members argue with you? It's like, come on, stop arguing with me. You can either complain with them and try and convince them all the time, or just focus on the ones that go. Find the fear level, amp it up, right? Help them to independence. We're going from dependence to independence. We're going to use assignments on this journey, and we're going to use the old tell, show, try, do on this journey. So you're looking for 3 things. This one page here should make you so much money. You're looking for 3 things you cannot afford to work with anyone that is not willing, coachable, and hungry. You find out their fear level, 1 through 10, by testing them and giving them assignments. Their response to those assignments, not their words, their actions, their response to those assignments is what's going to tell you how to calibrate down or calibrate up. Once you find their fear threshold, then you can start ratcheting it up with love and compassion the whole way to help them get to a 10, help them go from dependence to independence, help them go be in one of those 25 leaders that you need to make your $1 million a year on average around the world. That's what this is the mentorship. This one page is a short course in mentorship. This is what it takes to get in. This is what it takes to prove it. This is what it takes to improve their strength. Our goal is to go from dependence to independence, and we use tell, show, try, do, and assignments to help them get there. That works everywhere in the world, every marketplace, everywhere. You just take that one piece of paper, you should be able to double your organization, I don't care how big the size is, in the next 12 months. Run your whole team through that filter. Even if they're a high-ranking person. You can have a high-ranking person that forgot to be willing, coachable, and hungry. You can have a high-ranking person that had fear stop them at some level. You can have a high-ranking person that you need to remember to give them some new assignments. Daniel will tell you, and all the other people that I work with personally will tell you, every time I'm with them, you know what I give them? Every conversation that we have, you know what I give them? An assignment. Every time. Before we started the session, I gave another assignment. So think about that in terms of how you can increase your influence around the world. Is this making sense? All right. I have so much, but I want to cover. Oh, they gave me more time. Yay. I got a little more time. Those of you who needed to go to the bathroom just went, oh, crap. They gave him more time. Let me talk to you about what's going to change your life, because it changed mine. I would like you to write 3 things down, or put in your notes, or however you got it. One is every single one of you need to think bigger. You must think bigger. Whether you're working for the company, or you're working in a country, or I don't know, I don't even care what your personal circumstance is. You might not have enough money to pay rent right now. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. You've got to think bigger. Beyond whatever it is that you've experienced before. Some of you top-ranking people, you're the biggest kahuna in your world. You got to get around some bigger kahunas. You got to get around some bigger people, some higher influence people, some higher energy people. Because if you're the biggest big shot in your world, it's a bigger world out there, I promise you. The world is not served by you playing small. And if there's any epidemic out there in the world, is people being reasonable and rational and practical. You want to change the world? Those are not words that should describe you. You need to be unreasonable and irrational. You need to set outrageous goals, ridiculous goals, whether it's income, rank, personal recruits, global expansion. Just requalifying at the highest rank you ever hit is not enough, even though that might be a good goal. Some of you have been beaten down by not hitting the biggest goals that you've ever had in your life, so you go down, 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 and now you're this little rational, inch by inch, it's a cinch. Can't beat somebody who never quits. If your hero's the turtle, we have a problem. You're not meant to crawl. And I know you might be tired of crawling, but listen, you got to think bigger, bigger. And it's hard to think bigger because the world tries to tell you that you're being unreasonable and you're being ridiculous and you're being stupid. 3 different types of people in the world. One, there are the pessimists. And does the pessimist think things are going to get better or worse? What do you think? Up or down? Down. And guess what? They're usually right, and they're kind of proud of it. Told you stock market was going to go down. Told you I was going to lose my house. Told you I was going to lose my job. Told you I was going to get COVID. Told you. Second group of people are the realists. There's a lot of those in the world. And for the realist, the worst thing in the world for the realist is to be embarrassed. Is to have somebody laugh at them, to be humiliated. So they don't set big goals because they might get embarrassed. They might fall, they might fail. They set reasonable goals. They set modest goals. If it's a high jump, they set it at 2 inches. Made it. Victory. They don't set big goals because that includes big risk. The biggest thing to them, they don't want to be laughed at, they don't want to be made fun of, they don't want to be mocked, they don't want to be ridiculed, they don't want to look foolish, they don't want people whispering about them or rolling their eyes. So they set little itty-bitty goals, and they're very proud that they hit those goals. Their hero is the turtle. They love the turtle in the hare story. The hare got distracted. The turtle, inch by inch, it's a cinch. You can't beat a person who doesn't quit. Well, guess what? In real life, the turtle gets run over by a truck. You do not win being the turtle as an entrepreneur. Sorry. Sorry. Third group is the visionaries. People like you. And visionaries are weird creatures. They say, here's where I am and here's where I'm going, and I'm going to do it quickly. I want to go from here to here. And it's outrageous and it's incredible, and they have no experience and no reason to be able to feel like they can do it. And they're just like, what? But they say, I'm going. I'm doing it. Right? They set crazy goals, ridiculous, outrageous goals. And guess what? How often do you think they hit their goals? Almost never. But in the reach for them, they hit here. So on pure results, where would you rather be? Here as a pessimist, here as a realist, or here as a visionary? Easy to say visionary, isn't it? Sexy. Easy to say, but it's hard to be over here. Because this group is 99% of people, and all they do is point at the stuff that you didn't do, the goals you didn't hit. And it's hard. 99% is hard. 99 to 1, telling you you're being stupid, telling you, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You're just a girl. Who do you think you are? You've never had success before. Who do you think you are? You live in a remote area of the world, and there's not enough. Who do you think you are? There's not enough money in this economy in order to be able to do it. Who do you think you are trying to build a business in the middle of COVID? Who do you think you are? Never forget, I kind of adopted early on this visionary mindset, and most of it was just trying to talk something into existence. And I was always had big goals and big dreams. We're going to get more people to the event. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. All this stuff, building in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I'll never forget, I came into the office one day, and there was a guy, he's like 55 years old, successful, worked for a big Fortune 500 company. And he said, Eric, can I talk to you for a second? I said, sure. And he said, privately. I said, okay. And he invited me into this office, closed the door. He said, you've been talking all this big talk about all this stuff you're going to do. He said, it's hard for me to tell you this, but I just want you to know that everyone is laughing at you. The entire team. You're kind of a joke. You're a punchline. Everybody puts Eric math to everything you're going to do. They divide your goals in half, and they divide them in half again, and they all laugh when you don't hit your goals. And son, he said, you have no credibility. You're not a man of your word. And if you're not a man of your word, you have no character. Tough. And I'm like, okay. And he said, it's so unnecessary, because all you have to do is just you always hit a little bit below the goal, just hit that. And then now you're a man of your word. Easy. Now you can somebody that people can trust if you'll do that. Easy. And you ever have one of those moments where your life kind of flashes in front of your eyes, in a pretty brief period? Well, here's what happened to me. I said, based upon my experience, if I go here, I set my goal here, I'm pretty likely to end up here. And if they're still not happy, I'm pretty likely to end up here. And if they are going to be the driver of my success, their approval is going to be so necessary, pretty soon I'm just going to give up and join this group. And if I stay there long enough, I'm going to be over here bitter about my lack of achievement in my network marketing career. So I saw one compromise led me to here. So I said, this all happens in like 5 seconds in my head. So I turned to him. His name was Dennis. I said, Dennis, thank you for telling me this. And it wasn't this Dennis, but thank you for telling me. Thank you for telling me this. I know it had to be an uncomfortable conversation, and I appreciate, you feeling honest and upright. And you're right. My goals have been off. From now on, I'm going to aim higher. I'm going to take this. This is way too low. This number is way too low. I got to go up from here. I got to get more ridiculous. I have to miss more targets. I got to stretch more, farther, and I have to be louder. I have to stop qualifying it, and I have to stop listening to a couple people that complain. I'm going to go all the way. And he was kind of shocked, but I did. And I will tell you, my life changed because of unreasonable expectations. My life changed because of taking crazy goals. Do one thing for me right now. Set a target. What would be a good monthly income would make 2021 a successful year for you? What would be a good monthly income December of 2021? Write it down, please. What would be a good outcome December of 2021? Got it? You write it down? Everybody write it down? That would be success for you. Okay. Now I want every single one of you to double it. Really write it down, double it, circle that. Now I would like you to double it one more time. And I know that feels completely stupid, outrageous. But here's what I want you to do. Map out a game plan for the new highest number. What does your recruits need to look like? What does your lines of sponsorship need to look like? What does your core rank needs to look like? How many different countries do you need to have open? What do you need to become? What kind of a leader you need to develop? What do your systems need to look like in order for that to happen? Like Danny was talking about hitting a big number, and I said, you need to double that number because then the number you're trying to hit is going to get really easy. All you have to do is ask permission. The universe will get out of the way if you're serious. Really, really. Marina and I are operating at such an accelerated vision period of our lives that we have to be a little bit careful about what we talk about because it starts to happen literally within days, maybe weeks. It's spooky once you start giving yourself permission for a total breakthrough. So number one, all of you got to think bigger. Got me? Who's ready to think bigger? Raise your hands, please. All right, cool. Number two, it's time for every single one of you to be stronger than you've ever been before. To stop complaining and stop whining, stop looking for help and stop looking for support. You are the CEO. You are the center of this business universe. Make it happen. Stop putting it on other people. Be stronger than your circumstance or your or whatever's going on in your community or the economy. Be stronger than COVID. Be stronger than all this stuff. You got this. Stop looking out there. It's in here. Become the person necessary in order to take this thing to the next level. When you do that, it's game over. You step into a level of maturity that's reserved for the superstars. Be stronger. And the third thing you need to do, this is really critical, is you need to move faster. Success loves speed. If you're going to do it fast. Success loves speed. You got to go. If you're going to get to that rank, get it done. If you're going to go recruit 20 more people, get it done. Do it now. If you're going to expand a new city, get it done. Whatever the next Jeunesse event is, you got to set an outrageous, ridiculous, over-the-top goal, and you got to get it done. My goal for my next event, not the next event, but the one that I'm having at the end of this year, 250,000 people. It's never happened. Never. Network marketing history. Not even close. It's going to happen. How? I have no idea. Do it now. Go fast. You do not have the luxury of time if you want to be a high-level entrepreneur. Go, 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 go. My motto, Marina's motto, and the motto of all the top entrepreneurs that I know, 3 things. Say yes. Say yes. But before you have the plan. Say yes before you know how you're going to do it. Say yes to the income, the rank, the goal, the number of people at the convention before you even know how you're going to pull it off. How to pull it off is not necessary. It doesn't even matter. Say yes, number 1. Number 2, tell the whole world. I just told you I'm going to put 250,000 people in an event. Never happened. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to. Tell the whole world. And then number 3, figure it out. Say yes, tell the world, figure it out. All average people try to figure it out first. They say yes quietly, they don't tell anybody. And then if it works out good, they're going to look good, and then they'll tell the world. Entrepreneurs do this. They say yes, they tell the world, and they figure it out. That's what you've got. I've got to tell you something. All of you are involved in this company at this moment for a reason. The company has built a foundation, and it went through a period of consolidation to come out stronger and more powerful than it's ever been before. They have the infrastructure. They've got the groundwork. What's necessary is you turning into the leader you need to be, you attracting and mentoring the leaders on your team to be world class, to develop thickness of leadership, not only in your country, but around the world. But when you do that, I'm telling you, 5 billion, 10 billion, 20 billion on the table in the near future. The world is ready for a change. We've taken home business, entrepreneurship, where it was going to be 10 years from now, and it's right now. Everybody in the world is looking for what you have. But if you think bigger and you be stronger and you move faster, whoever tells the story to the most people is going to win. You do that, and it's game over. So listen to me. This has been fun for me to be able to share with you. I hope you got some ideas on this and ideas to be able to take this to the next level. I want to thank you for having me and wish you the most spectacular of 2021s. All right? Love you all. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody around the world. Appreciate those in attendance. Thanks, everybody. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thanks, Dennis. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, keep it going one more time for Eric Worre. Absolute pleasure to have you, brother. Thank you for spending your afternoon with us. Wow, give it up, keep it going for Eric, everybody, in the chat and the few people we have here live. What an unbelievable session we had here. And we are coming to a close in just a moment. There's a few things I need from you guys, our super fans here, and everybody watching at home. My iPad is full of notes. I've got notes from all 11 points from what Eric was talking about, but here's what I want you to do. Put a 1 in the chat if you are ready to move faster. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if you're ready to become stronger. Drop a 2 in the chat. Put a 3 in the chat if you are ready to start thinking bigger, just like Eric talked about. I want to see a 3 in that chat. And drop a 10 in the chat. 1-0, a 10 in the chat if you are ready to be a visionary, someone with unbelievable and incredible goals. Drop a 10 in that chat. I want to see that blowing up. That is the end of our session for right now. In about 90 minutes at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, come back and we'll celebrate our star session together, so you don't want to forget about that. Don't forget, tonight we're recognizing amazing top leaders right here on this stage, 7:30 p.m. We'll see you right here for Star Session. Thanks, guys.